Hi, it's Tilly, and for today's 2-Minute Tuesday, we're going to talk about fabric grains. For those of you who are new to sewing, you may have heard about fabric grains, but what are they and why are they important? Let's put 2 minutes on the clock and find out. Let's start at the beginning with how woven fabric is made. When making woven fabrics, there are two basic components, the warp and the weft threads. The warp threads are the threads that go lengthwise, and they're the structure of the fabric. They're stronger and usually closer together. The weft thread is then woven through the warp thread in a loom. The grain is the orientation of the weft and warp threads in fabric. Woven fabric has 3 grains: the straight grain, the cross grain, and the bias grain. But why is this important? We could cut a pattern piece in any direction on the fabric, but doing so would vastly change the way a garment fits, hangs, and stretches. So let's go over the 3 grains using a button-down shirt as an example. Most garments are cut on the straight grain. The straight grain runs parallel to the warp threads, as well as the selvage edge, or that tightly woven edge of the fabric. Remember, those warp threads are the skeleton and stronger threads of the fabric, so they want to follow gravity and will provide extra strength and support but have less stretch. In our shirt example, the straight grain is running down the shirt and it follows gravity so it won't twist or pull as you wear it. The cross grain is perpendicular to the straight grain and runs parallel to the weft threads. The cross grain usually has more stretch to it than the straight grain due to the weave being more loose. In our shirt example, the ability to stretch more helps with mobility. It's important in places like the shoulder blades that will require more room for you to move and use your arms. The last grain is the bias grain that runs at a 45-degree angle to the warp and weft threads. It's the space in between the weave that gives it a lot of stretch, flexibility, and is more fluid. In our shirt example, the placket needs to have more flexibility to be manipulated into place and is therefore cut on the bias. And there we have it, the 3 grains of woven fabric and how you would use them to impact fit and structure in a garment. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials and to follow my sewing adventures. We'll see you next time.